What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the farm. We are in the height of sugar season, and I am out here chasing the sap. The weather's been perfect. You know, we're in the 20s overnights right now, and we've been getting up to the 50s, and today we're even touching 60, if you couldn't tell by my short sleeve shirt. So yeah, it is full go here in Southwest Ohio for the few sugaring folks that are actually here. So maybe the best thing about sugar season, other than the syrup, is it forces me to get out into the woods every single day. And I don't know about you, but time spent in the woods by yourself, quiet, you know, I guess other than when you're holding a camera, talking to it by yourself, I get some of my best thinking done when I'm out here by myself. And I've been thinking a lot here these past couple of days about some of the goals that I set out for my syrup season. The goal in particular that I keep bouncing around in my head was I wanted to get to 100 taps this year. I went out in the fall and I identified plenty of trees to be able to make that happen. You know, when all the leaves are orange and yellow, it is super easy to spot the maples. So I went around and I identified a bunch of trees. I flagged them. I even sort of mapped it out. And I was all set and ready to go to be able to achieve that goal. You know, it's pretty easy to set these goals when you're months removed from it. And, you know, you kind of forget it. How much stinking work it is traipsing around the woods every day, collecting all this sap, carrying it back up to the barn, running the RO, the reverse osmosis, keeping those filters clean, doing the periodic flushes, making sure that the sap stays clean, stays cool so it doesn't spoil, keeping track of all that stuff. You know, distance kind of makes you forget how much work it all really is. You know, sometimes it's for the better, sometimes it's for the worst, but I have the tendency to where when I set a goal, like a hard and fast goal like that, where, you know, there's a number involved and it's very like black and white what I am trying to achieve, I like to hold myself accountable to it. So I've kind of been beating myself up a little bit that I only have 81 taps that I've put out, and we're about, I don't know, it's been about 5 or 6 weeks since I tapped, and we're in about the middle of the third week of the run being on real hard. And you know, I wasn't putting any effort into trying to get those last 19 taps to achieve that 100 tap goal. It more or less boiled down to a problem of logistics. Was it going to be worth my time to go and drive around to single trees to get, you know, 2 taps from this tree here, 2 taps from this tree over here, and go far flung across the farm to seek out those little individual trees that were going to get me to that 100 tap goal? Right now, I have 6 distinct locations of little maple groves, little sugar bushes, where there are groupings of large mature maple trees that I have tapped. And in those 6 locations, that's where I was able to get to my 81 taps. And not considering this question of logistics, how am I going to get around every day? Is it going to be worth getting around every day to 100 taps? And while like I said, I have been beating myself up over this a little bit, that I'm not going to achieve that goal, I think I am finally starting to wrap my head around, you know, it's okay that I'm not going to achieve that goal. Sometimes plans need to change. Sometimes goals need to change. And it's okay to be proud of the work that you did do, even though you may have maybe set out to do a little bit more. I have busted my butt for the last 4 weeks working on all this stuff. And I think that's probably something, I mean, it is something that I should be proud of. And take the time to smell the roses, don't miss the forest for the trees, you know, all those sort of sayings that, you know, while I may not have achieved that goal that I initially set out for myself, it probably isn't worth beating myself up over it. That, you know, it just makes more sense what I did end up doing. So I think I'm going to go ahead and forgive myself this time for not quite getting all the way to my goal. 81 out of 100 isn't bad. Yeah, this is a little bit me just rationalizing in my head, trying to be okay with the fact that that I didn't quite get to my goal. But I'm going to be able to live with it. So I don't know, guys. Maybe we'll just call this my Maple Musings. It's a little bit of a departure from what I usually do. Didn't really accomplish much this video except getting some stuff off of my chest. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, think about hitting that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Getting this close to 5,000 subscriber, guys. Can't even believe it. Can't believe that there's that many people that have taken interest in what I have got going on here at the farm. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, y'all, we'll see you.